You have any kids?
Yes, I have 5 kids.
You're 30
Yes.
and you have 5 kids? 37. You have any kids?
I do. I have 5 kids.
37. How old are your 5 kids?
We know that in the Black community, we have very, very high numbers of single motherhood, right? That is a very real thing. We have all these children by multiple men. We are unmarried, but we live in a world, y'all, where we are very, very delusional, right? We're very delusional to the idea that we don't understand. We don't understand what is. Like, I think Kevin Samuels did a really good job of exposing the unrealistic side of Black women. Like, he really showed us, like, wow, the audacity is what he exposed. And I don't, for me, I don't know how it was for y'all, but I felt like I was very much like, ain't no way you as a single mother is requiring this and that. And if you don't get all of that, then it ain't happening. And I want to preface this by saying, I'm not here to say that a single mom is supposed to just get whatever. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that you don't deserve love. You don't deserve a good man. You don't deserve somebody who can take care of you and your kids. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, we live in a society now that we are so we don't realize that when you come with a package, like you and 3 other kids, you and a woman who has no kids are on different levels, right? And we're saying like she's attractive, you're attractive. We're talking about that's still like there's it's different levels to that. There are different levels, but we are in a time now where women are making women think what men are saying or what men are or what men are trying to get us to do. They're trying to make us settle. They're trying to make you feel like you don't deserve anything. And it's like, no, I've talked about this before. We could be together. I think that men and women, Black women, men and women could come together more and be married more if we would stop the unrealistic side of things. But we can't because we're too delusional. And we're listening to our girlfriends who is telling you, girl, don't settle for what he said. You need this, you need that. But girl, you don't have all those options. You don't have the same options as her. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna share this first clip because I think this is a very, very, very powerful message that I think women who have children and who are looking to date and who are looking for a certain type of man, and whatever your requirements are or expectations are, you need to hear this message because it's very, very spot on.
Don't nobody want to say it, but I will. As a woman, if you already got kids and you're looking for a relationship, you have to be an exceptional type of woman. Period. See, if you want a man to love you and take care of kids that's not even his, you're going to have to stand out, sis. Mm-hmm. It's not impossible, but let's not act like there's a line of men waiting outside your door for that position. It's harder, and that's just reality. Let's just be honest. Most men are not signing up to take care of another man's kid. So if you want a good man, you're going to have to set yourself apart. You can't be regular. You're going to have to bring something different to the table. That means your kids got to be in order, respectful, disciplined. Because no man wants to walk into a situation where the kids are out of control, talking back, running wild, and he's just supposed to stick around for that. Nah, that's not going to happen. Now, there are some men who will still mess with you, but they won't care about your kids. They're just there to hit it and quit it. And you got to ask yourself, is that what you really want for you and for your kids? Mm-hmm. Or do you want stability? Yeah, it is harder when you got kids, but it ain't impossible. Mm-hmm. You just got to stand out. Get yourself together, get your kids in line, and then the right man can come around and take you seriously. That's just what it is. Don't get mad at me.
I think she told the absolute truth. the absolute truth, right? Most women are not going to be honest. You know, that she said in the beginning, when you got a bunch of kids, it ain't a bunch of men just waiting outside ready to take care of you and your kids. They're just not. Especially if he ain't got no kids. Right? You need to stand out. Every woman is now saying they want this, they want that. They all look the same, they all act the same, and they all require the same thing. What makes you different? What makes me want to deal with you? You know what I'm saying? And you got kids. When you look like her and you act like her and you talk like her, like, come on.
First of all, here's the deal. You're blessed that you got inheritance, right? And I think that this is probably why when I'm talking to you, it doesn't compute, because you're probably living in a way and you're fortunate. You were given enough money to sustain your life, but most of us in this world, we got to go get it, right? We got to go out there and go work for it and go get it. So it's not like, money just fell down and now we could live that certain way. So, I mean, I think that's why you're not understanding how the ask of a man to just provide for you and your children when he has to go work so hard to get this money, and you're like, well, that's your job. You should have sealed that deal. Let me tell you something, ladies. I'm not mad at that, but you should seal that deal with the children's father. Make that before you go in the door. Only have the man's baby. If your requirement is, listen, this is what it is. I don't pay no mortgage. I don't pay no rent. Get that deal before you give him a baby. That's the best way to get that package. But I do think
No, I
that,
get it.
so with your adherence, you live a certain way that your adherence pays your bills, basically.
Correct. But what I'm trying to say is, right, I hear what you're saying about do everything like ahead of time. But what I'm saying is these decisions that I made, we're talking, I'm a teenager, like 19, 20, 21, like kind of having the kids and getting with somebody. You understand? So that was kind of like in the past.
No, okay.
So now I do hear what you're saying, that if I like, it makes sense now that the way the economy and everything is, and me coming in like with kids, that maybe I would need to, like, be a little more open to it, and I would be if I have to. You understand? Because I never had to look at it that way. But if you're, saying it that way, like, okay, I'm coming in with the kids, I didn't look at it that way. I'm looking at it as, okay, they're already well taken care of. So if a man's coming in, it's not like they have to fully say like, oh, I have to take care of her and all her kids, because that's kind of not what it is. But I am open.
But hold on, would you live with this man?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the reason we got here, is because I'm under the impression you're looking for a man. You said he want to be a provider. You would live with him, and you said he would pay the mortgage. So I do understand that women at times. Let me tell you why I think about money, because I work.
It just be the stories just be like, it's too much. Like, Kendra spent a lot of time just trying to get her to understand what you're asking is a bit much. And as she said, she didn't realize that she's not looking. I mean, most of them don't, though. Most of them don't see the man taking care of their kids as a real thing. Like, because they got a daddy. They don't recognize that if we live in the same household, he is taking care of your kids. Period. He's making sure that they have a place to live, that they have food on their table, that they, like, all of that stuff. But somehow we live in this independent, well, it's just me. They just live here. And that's not realistic. That's not realistic.
Should he make a certain amount of money? You can say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not.
I mean, he had at least 6 figures or better, like, at least.
So here we go. Right? There's the big number. He got to make at least 6 figures, at least, or better. At least 6 figures or better. That is what it is. She's an RN, so she's making pretty good money, right? She's making pretty good money, I would assume. Okay, let's keep going.
That's bare minimum. 6 figures is bare minimum.
Y'all heard that? Bare minimum 6 figures. Bare minimum.
So 100K is bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you said because more than 6 figures is 7, and that would be a millionaire. So are you saying from the 100K to millionaire range?
Yes.
So a guy 70K, you can't do nothing with that.
If he's from God, I'm taking him.
Okay, hold on. I didn't mean to laugh because Kendra is really insane for asking that. So from 100K to a millionaire is the range. That's 100K to a million is the range. That's what she wants. But if he's from God, she'll take 70K. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Then why you say 6 figures is 7, and that would be a millionaire? So are you saying from the 100K to millionaire range?
Yes.
So a guy 70K, you can't do nothing with that.
If he's from God, I'm taking him.
Oh, okay. Then why you say 6 figures are better then?
I mean, if I have to put a price on it, if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you. But if God say, look, this is what I have for you, this is what he make, I'm taking them, I'm helping them, whatever I need to do. So I don't want to make it like, oh, I'm just this specific and this what he has to have. It's not like that. Like I'm open, but if I have a choice, that's my choice.
So here we go. I wonder if she was reading the comments, y'all, and maybe that's what changed her up a little bit, because you don't go from that's the man's job. You're not paying mortgage, you're not paying rent. That's the man's job. He got to be provider. He got to be this. To he need to make bare minimum $100,000. Bare minimum. She would prefer him make 100,000 to $1 million. To now, if it's from God, it don't matter. How do you take somebody like this serious and you got 5 kids? That you are that all over the place that now if he made $70,000 and he was from God, then you would just take him. This is what I'm talking about, the delusional mindset. That if he, like, this is where it just doesn't make sense. We really just be saying anything. Now you Kendra went through all of that with you. And now you'll take whatever God sends your way. How do you go through all of that? To me, that gives all of what you were saying for that last 20 minutes was all programming. You've been repeating what you didn't heard, what you've been told, to only boil down to, if God says it's the man for me, this is what I got to take. I got to help him. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm going to just do it. So why go through all of that?